let's talk about the 6 biggest Disney Cruise Line vacation planning mistakes that we see all the time and why they're really, really big mistakes. Everybody, it is Brandon Foster, the owner of Magic Lamp Vacations, the travel planning genies. You know, we love to help families like you save time, save stress, save hassle, and create extra magic on those Disney and Universal destination vacations and more. And today I want to talk about the 6 biggest planning mistakes we see families making all the time when it comes to Disney Cruise Line. Now, if this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the latest Disney and Universal travel tips, news, and more, like vacations like Hawaii, New York. We can basically plan everything at this point. But let's talk about Disney Cruise Line. Now, I am a huge Disney Cruise Line fan. I have been on every single Disney cruise ship in the fleet, and I have been on both Halloween on the High Seas and Very Maritime cruises as well, and I've planned vacations for I don't know how many families on Disney cruises. So I see a lot of people making these mistakes and it drives me insane. So I'm gonna tell you what these mistakes are because I don't want you to make these mistakes. And yeah, so let's just get into it, shall we? All right. I see a lot of people that are underestimating the value of a Disney cruise. I see a lot of people underestimating the value of a Disney cruise. The reason why I wanted to say this as a mistake is that when people are trying to compare Disney Cruise Line to other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean or Norwegian Cruise Lines or even Carnival Cruise Lines, a lot of times people just think cruise, ship, and they look at dollar signs, and that's all that they look at. But you gotta really look at the totality of what you're actually getting for that cruise. Disney Cruise Line really doesn't so-called nickel and dime you like a lot of other cruise lines do if you are going to up-level your experience. There's no soda packages on Disney Cruise Line because unlimited soda is included, okay? And that's like a huge difference right there. For Disney Cruise Line, you get first-run movies of all of what Disney owns. So on a cruise that we went on, I got to see like the latest Star Wars movie on opening night. That was the onboard entertainment, okay? So anything Marvel, Fox related properties nowadays, you can see those movies on the Disney cruise ship. Tremendous value, not to mention the characters, the Broadway style shows that you get to see, and the customer service is incredible. But personally, my favorite thing about Disney Cruise where people underestimate the value is in most cruise ships, when you get on the ship, you're in one dining room. Like every single meal is in one dining room. Whereas Disney Cruise Line has rotational dining. So every Disney cruise ship has 3 main dining rooms. You rotate every night of your cruise to one of those. Your servers actually travel with you to the other dining rooms, so you have the same servers every single night. I just think a lot of people just way underestimate the value of a Disney cruise. And instead of looking at like what you're actually getting before you say that it's out of your budget or out of your price range, it's just totally worth it. A lot of people don't pack the right attire for Disney Cruise. And what I mean by attire, there are, like most cruises, there's like a formal night, right? But Disney Cruise Line has a pirate night. There is a Frozen night for the Alaskan cruise on board the Wonder. There is, for Halloween on the High Seas, there's a costume party night. So a lot of families that go on these cruises, once they made a decision to go, they forget to pack like pirate attire or a costume. And it really does enhance and make your vacation way more magical. Disney, they have really great photographers on board Disney Cruise Line that you can take amazing ships. And what a lot of people don't know is that all the Disney characters are dressed in attire for that night. So on a pirate night, the characters are dressed in pirate attire. On formal night, the characters are dressed in their formal attire. So on the Alaskan cruise, they had an Alaskan cruise night where all the characters were dressed in Alaskan cruise stuff. That was my husband. Hi, husband. Checking to see what I'm doing. what I'm doing. Not packing refillable mugs. So going back to Disney Cruise Line, not nickel and diming and not having to pay for a soda package, a lot of people don't bring a refillable mug with them on board Disney Cruise Line, and you need to do that because you can, fill it up. I know with COVID, they changed that a little bit where the actual servers will actually fill up your mug for you as opposed to you doing it yourself. But you still get unlimited soda, unlimited soft drinks, that kind of a thing. So you definitely want to make sure you have a refillable mug situation of some sort for the cruise. And a lot of people just don't pack that because they don't know. Not purchasing a photo package in advance. So if you are a big Disney character fan, one of the coolest things about Disney Cruise Line is all the different characters you get, not just the amount of characters you get to meet, but all the different costumes, outfits that the characters wear. And it is just way cheaper to buy a pre-packaged photo package before your cruise than it is actually during the cruise. So a lot of people make that mistake, and it will save you money, and you're gonna want photos anyway, I guarantee it, because they're really amazing. They do little frames and backgrounds and everything else. So yeah, just know that that's the best way to go, is to pre-purchase the photo package. Not knowing your port of entry and activity booking window. This is really important because there are certain experiences, onboard activities that you have to have a ticket to go. So there are some ticketed character meet and greets for a very maritime cruise. To do the gingerbread house making, you have to have a ticket to do that. If you're gonna do one of the paid activities that are on board, like the beer tasting, the wine tasting, cocktail tasting, if you're gonna do one of the virtual rooms on board the Dream or the Fantasy, port adventures, those have specific windows of when you have to book, and a lot of people who plan on their own, they don't know when those windows actually are. And even with COVID, because Disney has pushed back the final payment due date, a lot of people don't realize that, one, you can't actually book these things until you actually make your final payment, and two, if you don't know what your booking window is, some of the activities that you actually want to do or the port adventures you want to do might actually be fully booked. So a lot of people don't know when their booking window is. And if you've been on Disney Cruise Line before, you probably know that there's different Castaway K statuses. So you have gold, silver, and platinum, right? So you got to know what your status is for that, so you know when your booking window is. So that's really important too. Not booking early enough. We get a lot of people that ask us, when is the best time to book a Disney cruise? As soon as they're released. Because a lot of people don't know this, but in general in cruising, packages are the most affordable when the sale dates are first released to the general public. And once it's released, the prices slowly start to tick up over time. The only time that prices tend to fall again is when you get really close to that sale date. When you get really, really close to that sale date, that's when they have guaranteed stateroom categories that are non-refundable, non-transferable, it's pay in full, that kind of a thing. But in general, the earlier you book, the better. Here's something else that people don't realize too with Disney Cruise Line and cruising in general, is that just because that stateroom category can fit 5 or 6 people, that does not mean that Disney will allow you to have 5 or 6 people in that actual stateroom, because it depends on the overall occupancy of the entire ship. Remember that whole thing with Titanic? We don't want that to happen again. Okay, so Disney has to make sure that there are enough lifeboats and life jackets for everybody on board. So just because your stateroom category could have 5 people. If you wait too long, Disney might tell you, sorry, you got to get another stateroom or only have 4 people in your party because we won't let you have 5 people in that stateroom category anymore. A lot of people don't know that. Hopefully you found this video really, really helpful. Hit that like and subscribe button for me so you don't miss any of the latest Disney and Universal travel planning news, updates, and tips. Thank you guys so much for watching one of our another amazing videos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our amazing new videos. We are Magicland Vacations Disney and Universal travel planning experts. And make sure if you haven't already, check out our website, magiclandvacations.com. There you can schedule a consultation with one of our amazing experts. And guess what? We do way more than just Disney and Universal Vacations, so definitely want to check us out there. Also, make sure you go to our private Facebook group, Travel Genie Fan Club, where we do giveaways and trivia contests every single month. And of course, I have 2 other amazing videos for you to watch. One right over here and one right over there. One right there and one right there. I think I would start with that one, or maybe that one, or maybe that one.